So we can see the first major pullback, or I actually call them bullbacks, in a very short period of time. Maybe this week, maybe next week, but a lot of people talk about it, and you probably wonder as well what you should do with your own money. And you should close your winning positions, you should start buying now for the next leg up, or you should wait for the pullback. What if the pullback never comes? So that's all I'm gonna cover in this very short video today. I do this every single day here in the 100x Club. I bring you videos that explain to you stuff and helps you make money in the market, and also I show you what I do with my own money. So let's get going. Well, number one, very important, I do think that you should not be worried about bullbacks. Why? Because if you look at this, if you look at 2021, I've been actually here in 2016. So this is the very first bull market, 2017, which seems like a tiny nothing now, but it was crazy back then. It was absolutely insane. But anyway, so if you look here in 2021, very simply, you see the market is rocketing. For example, here from November 2020 all the way up here in January 2021, in these 2 months, the market went 150%. This is the total market cap, basically all the cryptocurrencies on the planet in this index. And so if you look at this, yes, it seems like it's 150% all the way up here, but in reality, there were days that were absolute bloodbaths. So if you look here, this candle seems to be nothing burger, but if you go from the top of the wick down to the bottom of the wick, that's a 20% price movement within one single day on the total market cap. Now, yes, 2021 was different. It was, back in the days, and the market was different. It was only 700 billion the value of all cryptos out there, and there was no regulation, no ETFs, no Michael Saylor, all this stuff. But in general, if you look at this was still a 20% candle. So even though ultimately you look at an increasing market and continuously trending market, you can have days like this, or you can have days like this, which is another 20%. Just a couple of days later, 7 days later, you had another 20%. So the question is, how are you not going to be the guy that starts buying here and then gets flushed out and doesn't take the ride? And how are you going to be the guy who actually buys in here and just continues on to the journey, right? So let's look at today. If you look at the chart today, we're up. So I think from April, we're up about 70%. Let me just look here. So from April, we're up, yeah, exactly 70%. So that means that let's not just continue this, because here we had a 14-15% pull. So I do believe that this down here at about 3 trillion is the bottom. But you can see even from the June scare with the whole war situation and whatnot, we're up 33% in the total market cap. So, and there was not really any days where you saw a massive pullback, or a daily candle. Even if you look at this candle, which was probably the most bearish candle the past month, is only 4% down. So can it happen that we see a massive flush? Yes, it can. Will it take a long time? I don't think so. The only thing you can really screw up now is to start layering in here. Here's what I'm doing. So the reason why I'm not buying anything now, even though I feel FOMO, is because if and when there will be this 10% a day candle, I want to be positioned and I want to be there to buy into that candle. If I would start buying now, the only way I would do it is I would start layering in and understand that the bottom of my range is actually down here at 2.96 trillion. So I would be prepared for a 20-30% drop on my tokens, and understand that, yes, I want to layer in for the next 2-3 months. I don't actually care about the 10% daily candle. I don't actually care about this short-term volatility. I just want to start buying in, and then I can just take it. But I see a lot of DMs as well. A lot of people DM me and they're like, hey, I'm buying now, and should I close my position? My liquidation price is 15% lower than the current price, and that's a problem. If you are in that position, I do think you should close your positions and wait for the pullback. The pullback is most likely, by the way, going to come from either from here and then we go down to like 3.45 trillion, or we still have another leg up and then the pullback comes, which would probably put the prices back to the same as we are today. So you don't really miss anything. So if I don't miss anything, why don't I just close my positions? And the reason why I don't close my positions is because I don't want to be the guy who predicts what the market is going to do. Nobody has any idea. This can literally just start skyrocketing here, and Bitcoin can go to 140, 150,000 within 2 days, and we would not notice, and you would stay here because you hope there will be a pullback, and then you would be out of the market, basically sidelined it on the biggest bull run that we've been waiting for the past year and a half. So summarizing everything, the pullbacks or bullbacks are absolutely normal. You should be prepared for 10-15% days where markets will dump 10% on the day. And even if you look at here, even when the market dumps, let me zoom out here, 10% a day, it's a buying opportunity. Look at this here, for example. So the market goes down 17% on the day, but it bounces right back up. There's buying pressure. Why? Because it's a bullback, because people are layering into these positions. So that's all you can look at, and that's how you can position yourself. If you buy now, make sure that you understand that your low should be down here at like 100,000 on Bitcoin, for example, but take these major daily lows on all the tokens that you want. If I can look at Solana, the major low is down here at 93. On Sui, the major low is down here at 1.7. I can look at Tron, the major low is down here at 18 cents. XRP, the major low is down here at 1.5. So take these daily major lows, and if you start layering in here, understand that the token, for example, if I look at Ripple can go down 30% and still be extremely, extremely bullish. So do not get wrecked. That's one thing that you can do. The other thing is that you can start layering in. So if you look at my bots here, just go back here. If you look at my bots here, this is exactly what I've been doing. I've been setting up these bots and they layer in for me, so I can't really do it manually. And I have this ton bot, for example. I have this Bitcoin bot, for example. I have this hype bot and a little bit of minus here. I do have the 𝗏𝗏. These are 10-day-old bot, 10 days, 10 days, 11 days. So they are doing quite well. And when the market starts dipping down, they are going to be the ones layering in. We will go into a little bit of minus on the bots, but it's absolutely fine because this is exactly what I want to do. When the dips comes, when the bullback comes, you want to start layering in. And the reason why I use bots is because you can't really do this manually. So like there is no real way for you to set up this many grids and then buy every 10% or every buy in a 10% range, execute like 50 buys. So anyway, I have a bunch of bots that you can copy yourself or you can just build yours. I have a tutorial. We're going to put it up here and you can see it. And if you use the link in the description, you can get $1,000 bonus as well. So go and check that out and be ready for the dips. Ultimately, I do think the dip will come at some point. You can't time the market. We might have another push. The only thing you can really do is you can wait. If you get in now, make sure that you understand that your daily low is the low. You shouldn't keep a tight stop loss and don't get liquidated on a 5% drop, which will eventually happen, I believe, in the next week or two. And two, if you do not want to risk that, if you can't really bear the doldrums, just sit out, just wait. And if the market starts pushing, still wait. Don't start buying into the FOMO, just wait and the market will eventually come back. You might have to buy it a little bit higher, you might have the opportunity to buy it a little bit lower, but ultimately it will come back to your prices or around that. Also, what I wanted to say that it will have a pullback. So it might not come back to exactly your prices, but there will be a pullback and the pullback will be something that you can buy. That's it, guys. We're trying these new form of videos. If this sounds good and if this helps you in any way, please let me know in the comment section, share it with your friends, like the show, and then we will just see if we can do more of these in the coming days. Turn the bell notification on, and I believe, oh, check out this video, by the way. This is a trading bot tutorial, so you can see how you can set your own bots up, so when the pullback comes, you can layer in, and yeah, take care. I'll see you in the next one.